Hey everyone, it's a Saturday at home and today we are doing a movie party. So if you're not following us on Instagram, you probably didn't know that we had this. This is our movie party themed jar. So the girls, as you can see if I turn it this way, there's a couple of different suggestions in there. We wrote down ideas of movies that we wanted to see, like either had like 2 movies at least to it, such as last weekend we did Toy Story Marathon. This weekend we're doing a different one, I'll show you in just a minute. So we have their dad draw them out. After we each take turns making suggestions, we write them down on these cards. You can see like that one says like 101 Dalmatians because there's 2 live action and a cartoon to that one. Like I said, we write them down. The extra paper is to write down more ideas as we think of them. We'll draw it out, and then once we're done, we will throw that suggestion card away because we won't need it anymore. So this week, our theme is Emperor's New Groove. First thing we did for this one was, because we do it for fun, yesterday before we did our day of school, we divided up. I had Rebecca research just South America on World Book Kids. Sarah did just Peru, and Madeline studied just Inca Empire, because from research that I've looked up online, Disney based Emperor's New Groove loosely off of the Inca Empire. So the first thing we're gonna do is start with brunch, because on Saturdays we usually sleep in, so we do brunch, a light snack, and then we do dinner later. So what we also looked up online was like food ideas and things. So we're gonna start with bacon, because they did like a lot of jerky meat and things when they did for traveling purposes, when they were actually eating meat for celebratory purposes. We're also doing pancakes, because another part of Peru culture now is they export a lot of oranges. We're gonna make pancakes and then make an orange whipped zest. So Matt's gonna make an orange whipped zest to go over the pancakes. Next thing we're working on food part for today's party is we wanted to recreate the spinach puffs. Matt and I have never worked with puff pastry, and baking supplies are kind of limited right now with a lot of people at home. So Matt and I are going to experiment, mostly Matt, because he's really good at this, of just looking at recipe ideas and getting them to work with ingredients that we already have. So we're gonna try this 2 ways. The first thing we did was Sarah made croissants. We're also going to make our basic spinach dip recipe. The other way we're gonna try it is actually making it almost like a spinach puff pastry, like people have suggested from the movie, and see that and try that as well and see if it works. So that way we have both to work with. Then for dinner tonight, we're getting what? Salmon.
Fish! I love fish.
Because the coastal parts of Peru eat what?
Fish?
Fish. So we're gonna do salmon for dinner, and it's also going to have like it might also have an orange zest to it. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
One of the things that we have started doing for the movie parties that we're starting with this week is they wanted it to feel like a movie theater where they were going and using money to pay for ticket for the theater. We also don't do allowance because we feel like they should do chores without really expecting much back, but we also kind of want to pay them and reward them for doing their chores. So we came up with a new system to do. So right here we have a chore chart, and basically it has some of their basic chores on here that they have each day. They have individual chore charts inside of their 3-ring binders for schoolwork, and this gives how many coins they can earn per day. And then here we have, somebody gave us like this massive bag of toy coins. So what we do is each time they finish a chore, I take their chore chart on their 3-ring binders, it's kept over here, and I give them a coin for each of their chores as they complete it. Whenever they do extra chores that's not theirs to do, they get extra coins to go with it, and they keep them in these little pouches. Since we're doing a double feature today, it's 15 coins for the movie. If they were doing just a single movie, it would be 10 coins. If they want to pay for popcorn, it's 5 coins, and for special drinks, it's 2 coins. So they have their coins, they each keep them in their own bags, they count up how many they have and earn them. Now, if they want to earn their chore chart money, they also have to complete their school on time each day. So now what we're going to do is they're each going to use their coins to pay for the movie. And this was something that Madeline came up with, right? This was something you came up with, right? And earning tickets by doing chores to pay for the movie was the best way that we all came up with doing it. And it also helps to make sure that like we're all keeping up with chores each day and dividing up and making sure that like one person's not doing more chores than the other person. And then he's just here because he's
like, oh, I'm a star.
He's always just here. You always have to have the center of attention, don't you?
If we had a spotlight, he'd be in the middle of it.
Yeah, fighting Rebecca for the spotlight. So they're gonna count their coins. They have to pay 15 coins to watch the 2 movies today. Then they'll pay for coins later if they want popcorn. So first one up today is Emperor's New Groove. Ready?
Yeah.
So if you've seen Emperor's New Groove before, you know that there is an almost like iconic, would you call it iconic?
Yeah.
Thing that Kronk makes in the film called spinach puffs. And they bring it back in the film a couple of times. So the girls wanted to try a spinach puff recipe. But like I said, puff pastry is kind of one of those things that's hard to get right now. And so we decided to experiment with our own recipe and see what we can create. So how's it going?
That's going alright. So far we have cream cheese, cheddar cheese, some mozzarella cheese, and some Swiss that I am mixing together with some spinach and bacon. And we'll see how that turns out.
So are you actually rolling it into the...
That's my plan. We'll see how well it works. I'm making this up off the fly, so...
All of his best recipes before that he's ever made, though, were made up off the fly. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it does. What we did was we bought 2 cans of the crescent rolls. So we've already made 1 roll of them just as they are. And we're going to make our spinach dip to go with it. But for this part, we're going to take the second can. I say we, mostly he, because he knows what he's doing. And is going to put the dip in the middle, then roll the croissant around it. And we're going to try it and see how it goes. Are we going to do the 375 that it suggests for baking the croissants?
Yes.
Okay.
375 for
12 minutes?
9 to 12 minutes.
9 to 12 minutes. This looks so good. Like, I actually want to just try this, but I'm not going to because I want to see if he has enough first. Fun game we came up with for our Emperor's New Groove party was we're using a sensory bucket with rice. So these are colorful pieces of rice, which makes it harder to find like colorful items and things. So what we're gonna do is to imitate how like in the movie he changes animals a bunch of times at the end. We grab some Lego characters like a scorpion, a fish, a starfish, a snake, and a Lego man. And we're gonna see how long it takes her to dig through and find all the different shapes. So we're gonna pour this in here, and the best way to store your rice is definitely in one of these water bottles or like a container with a lid on it. And then these Petri dishes you can get like super cheap on Amazon. They're just like the plastic. You want the deeper ones of the Petri dishes to use. So I'm gonna pour this in here. I'm gonna add the characters in and then see how long it takes her to find all of the characters. Also, this was actually an original thing that Rebecca did for a science project where she was doing the 5 senses, and this was what she used for the sense of touch. So this is also something you can use for like science experiments and things like that. Like I said, we had it left over from that. I don't have a video where we did that, but I can do a separate video where we go through like her sensory box and things that you can use for younger kids, because she's still young enough to where she still enjoys some stuff like this. But I have all the stuff buried, so now she's gonna come and dig through it. Ready, set, go.
That's a snake.
So first you're a snake.
Then you're a scorpion.
Now you're a scorpion.
Oh!
A starfish and a fish. But now you need to be a person.
Let me be a person. I want to be a human again.
Nope, it looks like you're stuck as a fish forever.
Oh no!
You did it. It took about a minute and a couple seconds. All right, we're gonna put these back and then Sarah wants a turn, okay?
Okay.
The sensation, you like just sticking your hands to the rice. Ready, set, go.
Oh. I'm a snakefish. Snake starfish?
Put them on the side. Snake, starfish.
Oh, what's that?
You found the human.
There's rice in the human's head. What else say I? How long did it take me to find the human? Ooh, I'm a fish.
Like 20 seconds. Maybe less than that. You're missing one more.
Yeah, I can't put my finger on it.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Keep looking. You're supposed to be feeling, not picking up. Just keep feeling.
I can't put my finger on which one's missing at all.
Just keep feeling for something that's not rice.
But rice is so hard and gritty.
Keep looking. Keep looking. Not supposed to be picking up. You're supposed to be digging. Don't make a mess. You're still digging where you're picking up. You're supposed to just feel through for it.
Oh, I found it! Scorpion!
2 minutes. Rebecca was faster.
But that's only because she didn't find the human.
You're 1 minute slower than she was. That's okay. So now we're gonna watch the sequel. This is actually one of the few sequels from that time frame that I actually really like. I like the way that they focused on just Kronk's character because he's one of my favorites. So now we're gonna watch Kronk's new group. Do y'all like this one?
Yeah.
Something else that we studied whenever we were looking at Inca and looking more into like history related things to go with the movie and fun things to go with it was they really enjoyed like beadwork and doing bead things. So, and jewelry making. So we got decided to get out our bead making stuff, like Sarah. We have quite an extensive batch of beads, like not even like big beads. We have smaller beads as well. But we mostly have these bigger beads, so like they're not a huge mess thing. Then we have a case of really, really nice beads in here for making jewelry for like everyday wear and not just like costume jewelry bead making. So I'm just basically going to let them have at it and let them create their own little creations and whatever kind of jewelry they want to make. So I think they enjoyed dinner since it's almost completely gone. But we forgot one thing that the Spanish explorers found when they found the New World.
Chocolate.
We have brownies and homemade Cool Whip. So that's it for our Emperor's New Groove movie party. Thank you so much for following us along, and we will see you next time.